You hear the word all the time, manifestation, or even the expression, speak things into existence. While it all sounds rather magical and a bit far-fetched, it might not be as whimsical as it sounds, as it really just boils down to the psychology of self-affirmation and positivity, which we'll cover in this video, as I look at how our words and thoughts can in fact shape our reality. But before I do so, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. It will help manifest this video into more people's lives, and subscribe to this channel so I can continue to help you mine the gold in mind. So keep in mind, positive thinking and affirmations are kind of different. Affirmations are specific, empowering statements, while positive thinking is a broader mindset. In other words, affirmations are a bit more targeted, aimed at reshaping the very mindset and thought patterns you have. The purpose of positive affirmations is to foster a positive mindset and self-belief, which can contribute to improved outcomes, whether it's personal well-being, stress management, and just achieving what you wish. The way these affirmations work is that they influence the subconscious mind and even go about changing the connections deep within it, which I talk about further later in the video. When your mind changes, so do your beliefs and attitudes, and as a result, this influences your behaviors and habits. In fact, in one study by Geoffrey Cohen and company in 2006, they found that implementing a brief self-affirmation exercise helped to boost the academic performance of African American students, reducing the racial achievement gap by 40%. This was further supported from a follow-up study which showed the average GPA rating of African American students improving by 0.24 grade points. Affirmations, especially positive ones, are rooted in the self-affirmation theory by Steele in 1988. This suggests that the goal of self is to protect your own self-image, and to do so is through affirmation self-worth. While all of this may sound like wishful thinking and luck, there is actually some science behind it. The repetition of positive affirmations can actually lead to the formation of new neural pathways in the brain. This process is a testament to the brain's plasticity, where repeated experiences, thoughts, and statements can literally rewire the connections in your brain. This rewiring is not just a theoretical concept, but an actual identifiable thing that goes in our brain, otherwise known as neuroplasticity, a topic I cover in extensive detail in another video. So just as if repeated experiences can change the connections in your brain, so do repeated thoughts. And so by replacing negative thought patterns with positive affirmations, individuals can experience improved self-esteem and a healthier response to stress. Referring back to the self-affirmation theory, there is MRI evidence that suggests that certain neural pathways are increased when people practice self-affirmation tasks, such as repeating positive affirmations daily. In another study by Falk and company in 2015, MRI scans of people that use self-affirmation messages to decrease negative behavior produced more activity in the ventral medial prefrontal cortex, or VMPFC, a brain region associated with self-related processing and positive valuation. In the graph you see here, participants who showed higher levels of VMPFC activity during exposure to health messages subsequently decreased their sedentary behaviors more in the month following the scan, controlling for baseline sedentary behavior and demographics. So there's also the role of the reticular activating system, RAS, in the brain, which acts as a filter for the immense amount of information we encounter daily. This part of the brain usually helps you focus on your beliefs and intentions, essentially shaping the reality based on your thoughts. So what this implies is that the things you pay attention to or take notice of become ever more salient in your mind, and as a result, truer to your reality. This is why it's so crucial to align your thoughts with your aspirations, as the more you see it within your mind, the more it actually can become reality. Besides making things a bit more salient in your mind, positive affirmations also help to boost your confidence. This is especially the case when your self-confidence feels threatened. It isn't just about feeling confident for a moment either. In fact, when it comes to promoting healthy behaviors in general, positive affirmations help to foster more positive self-images as a whole, pushing you to a more optimistic outlook on life. This is the basis of the aforementioned self-affirmation theory that I talked about earlier. Positive self-affirmation is a way to cope with stress, with plenty of studies indicating that they can actually reduce acute stress and improve problem solving in stressful periods. So then, perhaps you told yourself, I am great, or I can do this, but weren't really sold on the idea that things changed for the better. Well, the thing about positive self-affirmation is that it is more of a habit than a one-time act. You need to do this regularly. And much like any other skill or habit, there are ways to do it right. For one, be specific and realistic. Much like your SMART goals, you need to ensure that the self-affirmations that you are manifesting are specific and relatively realistic. You can't simply say, I want to be a millionaire, when you're nowhere near the state or mindset of getting there. Things take time and steps, so ensure your self-affirmations are achievable and believable for you at the time. They should align with your personal beliefs and values. Don't use generic statements. Personalize them as much as possible. And then use positive language. Of course, the whole point of self-affirmations is for them to serve you. As such, frame affirmations in a positive manner. focusing on what you want to achieve or feel rather than what you want to avoid. And then repeat regularly. Consistency is key. Regular repetition helps embed those affirmations into your subconscious. As mentioned earlier, neuroplasticity doesn't happen with one-off occurrences. It's the consistent, continuous experiences and thoughts that inevitably alter the connections within the brain. And then connect emotionally. These self-affirmations are things that you need to believe in. They are hopes and aspirations that you're attempting to manifest into reality. So you need to feel them. Try to tap into your emotions when thinking about these self-affirmations. How will you feel when you get there? Project yourself into the future and feel the emotions that your affirmations evoke. This emotional engagement can enhance their impact. Also learn to make it present. The more you feel yourself into the future, the closer you'll feel it is present. And that is the point. You're trying to trick your brain into believing the reality is closer than you think. Phrase your affirmations as if they're already happening to help create a sense of immediacy in reality. And then learn to visualize. Along with verbal affirmations, you need to visualize achieving your goals. This enhances the effectiveness of the affirmations. Michael Phelps, a world-class Olympian who won 28 medals, spent every waking hour visualizing his swimming routine so that there were no mistakes. And it's not just Phelps either. Many other highly successful people use visualization to see their dreams, something that I cover in other videos. And then finally, speak and write it out. Sure, thinking it within your mind is great, but you need to make these self-affirmations as real as possible. They should be tangible, something that exists in the world. As such, practice speaking them out loud and even writing them down over and over again. Writing your affirmations can reinforce their message and make them more tangible. In the end, practicing each of these tips can help you practice self-affirmation in the right way. But keep in mind, it's all about doing it consistently and regularly every single day. If possible, try to start your day with 3 to 5 minutes of self-affirmation and then end your day with such beliefs as well. Repeat it 7 to 10 times verbally while mentally visualizing them in your brain. And as you continue this process, remember, great things take time, so be patient. Dreams don't get realized in an instant. So speaking on the power of visualization and repeating this before bed, make sure to check out the video on pre-sleep thinking, a powerful technique to use before going to bed to help you getting started in the most productive manner moving forward. And if this content was helpful for you, make sure to like this video. It helps manifest this channel into what I dream of it being, and subscribe to the channel so I can continue to feed you nuggets of gold on brain and behavior.